Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Journey into Minegard. My name is Jolly Green, and we are starting at the Spawn Island today. And today's episode is probably going to be the last for a little while. You see, I've been playing a lot of modded lately, and it has made it so coming onto this server feels like a chore to put out a video. Like I was just coming here for videos, and it made it feel like something that I had to do, not something that I was doing because I wanted to do it. So I think we're going to call it this the last episode of the series. We're going to do a little bit of a world tour. I'm not going to stop this server at all. Like, the server's still going to be up. The world's still going to be here. We'll probably come back to it at some point. But for now, I think it's best if we take a little break. We're going to switch this series over to probably a Sky Factory series. And we're going to kind of see where we go from there. I've also been streaming a lot of Vault Hunters on my Twitch channel, so don't forget to follow me over there. But without further ado, let's tour this world. We'll see everything that I've built up to this point, and then I guess that's it. So let's get going. So here's our Spawn Island. It's nothing special. I believe, if I recall, we did have a tree on it when we started, so we were able to make a boat, and I believe we sailed off in the westerly direction and ended up coming to a mountain biome, and that's where we decided to make our home. So we should have boats in here. Of course, I had big plans for this. I wanted to make this island, I wanted to destroy the island and turn it into like a raft floating out here instead. So I thought that would look cool, and it'd kind of be a theme where we could have boats all over the place that are kind of like the way that you get around, like fast travel points. I got that idea from I believe it was F-Whip. He has something similar on his SMP. But if we come over here, we're first going to come to just a little turtle island that I started making, and then didn't really need turtles after that, so I abandoned it, more or less. But now I just have to try to remember how to find home. But actually, I think we're going to take a pit stop at this island over here first. And that's why. So on this little island here is where I decided that I wanted to build a time machine to take us back to the Minecraft Through the Ages videos. If anybody's watching my series long enough, will remember this. So what we did, we put some lime concrete in the middle, or on the inside here, and then using the power of green screen technology, let's see if I can find the entrance here. Here we go. We're able to turn that lime concrete into kind of a makeshift green screen. And we were able to make our TARDIS bigger on the inside. And of course we have all sorts of technical mumbo jumbo in here. I can't remember what this command block does, and I'm a little scared to push it. Oh, it gave me an axe. That's interesting. Okay. But if we flip those levers here, that's going to turn off the mechanism. It closes up the trapdoors up there, so it turns the beacons off. It just turns off the time machine. I'm pretty proud of this. The inside definitely turned out a lot better than the outside. I don't know. I wasn't able to quite get the look I was going for with the outside of this, but overall, I definitely say I'm proud with this build and how it came out. Now let's go over to the area that we ended up calling home, and we'll take a look at the builds there. So the next stop on our tour is our humble abode. And this house, I'm quite proud of this build. Overall, it came out really nice. It did take me a while to actually complete it. Like, I had just a foundation for quite some time. I think I even got the skeleton farm mostly done before I even had the structure built. But I just tackled it one step at a time. You know, I did the outline of the foundation to give me my general shape. Then I built up the walls, threw a roof on it, and then I went into the detailing. I really focused on the inside more so than the outside. We got in some nice carpet on the floor in here. Tyler, anybody who follows the channel will know Tyler. He actually did this kitchen. I think he got the design from somewhere, but I'm not sure where. But it came out really nice overall. We had the fridge with like the ice machine and storage for our foodstuffs. So it's a really good build. Kudos to Tyler for doing a good job on that kitchen. And then, like I said, I mean, we just started from the basement. I worked on this floor first, got it how we wanted it. I wanted the kind of our workspace over here and storage. And overall, it turned out quite nice. We do have 3 floors. I mean, if you count the basement, we have 4, I guess. This is in the first floor here where you got the kitchen. Then we have a nice living space up here with a couple of couches. This here, we had to frame it. It is the, I don't know if I could get it, maybe. Just take my pick. No. There's an armor stand holding that, but there was a bounty out on one of the members of the server, so I made this sword specifically to collect that bounty. Then we have a pool table with a nice big flat screen TV, a sound system. Just overall a nice cozy living space. And then the top floor up here is the bedrooms. We have each room, like I tried to make it kind of look a little bit different. There's my room with the loft. We have a bed and just general stuff here. This is Kyle's room. I don't think it got used much. He didn't play on the server too much, but this is his cozy little room. And then Tyler's room with the statue of me slaying him as he gets out of bed. And he decided to go with some bunk beds, like he's gonna have friends over or something. So while this house structure was being built, there were other projects that were taking place alongside. The wheat farms and just the general farms being one of them. If we actually jump into spectator mode real quick, we can actually get a good bird's eye view of this area. So here's our farmland. Just got carrots and potatoes, wheat, pumpkins. Nice aesthetic. Got this barn I designed. Just a simple design. It's not perfect, but I am a big fan of the doors. I actually put these up here like that so I could decide which one I like better, and I definitely like this one better, and then I just never switch these ones because that's how it works, I guess. But this is the barn. And another project that happened kind of alongside the house was this pond, along with this custom tree that I built. And again, I'm really satisfied with how both turned out. I definitely wanted a tree to kind of be a crazy design and lean over the pond. And we got the pond specifically for our axolotl friends. We built this right when axolotls were introduced. So we decided to fill it up with them. But on top of that, we needed experience to mend our tools and what have you. So, at the bottom of this long rail track here, we come to our spider farm. So, we come to our skeleton farm. So, this is a pretty simple design as well, with an unfinished storage system because there were other things on my priority list. So, a lot of the builds in this world are mostly finished. That seems to be how I operate with Minecraft. But this is a very simple farm. You're not going to be able to see it because of the... Oh, wait, there we go. You throw on some night vision so you can see it. But it's just a skeleton spawner. They drop down here. They go up the chute. They come on over. And a recent addition, actually, to this is I threw in a block of powdered snow here. So if you just give them a second while they're gathering up here, it actually converts them to the frozen skeletons. I can't think of their name at the moment, but they're the frozen ones. That gives you the chill touch arrows, or the slowness arrows, I think it is. This also connects right to our mine shaft. That's how we found the skeleton spawner, was just by mining. So we got pretty lucky there. But this worked. It was the main supply of the bone meal for the Drip Leaf Spleef Arena that you saw a couple episodes back. So a couple projects that were added a little bit later to this farm area. The first of which is this. It's supposed to be like a silo for storing like crops and whatnot for the farm. But I actually turned it into a villager-powered crop farm as well as a villager breeder. So he harvests up the crops, feeds these guys. They make it the babies. The babies fall down here. They go down this long chute. Oh, we got some zombies down here still, apparently. They go down this long chute, and we actually have them going all the way over here, boop, to our unfinished villager trading hall, which is crazy, and which is why it's unfinished, is because it got too crazy, too out of hand, and it just became too much of a chore to get it done, and I never really got in the mood to do it. But we do have a nice little entrance to it next to the giant dog. And overall, like, the build itself looks good. And I feel like I could have executed it a lot better. I don't know. I was going for like a fair style tent with vendors in it, but it didn't. The villagers just got too crazy. Also here in the farmlands, we have this small little chicken farm. Just cooks up some chicken. Nothing special or fancy, but it got the job done for food for a good while. The last addition to our farming area is this windmill. Actually, let me go to sleep. So the last addition for the farming area was this windmill. I went with Pixel Riff's one chunk windmill design. If I can remember, I'll link the video in the description below. But very simple design, easy to follow, easy for early game. Just got us that extra aesthetic windmill sitting on the hill. I mean, you really can't go wrong with that, with the farming area here. But then if we follow this bridge, or kind of a bridge, it's more of a walkway, I suppose. If we follow that down here, this is going to lead to our industrial area. Now this is a bridge. And this bridge is a design I got off Reddit. I had the link to the guy who posted it at one point, but unfortunately I can't remember or find it. So that's all the information I have with it, but I really like the design. And overall, this bridge fits this aesthetic very well, and it was a very good transition from the farming area over to this more industrial kind of farm, Minecraft farms area. So as we come into our industrial area, we'll take a look at all of the farms that we made for the season. Starting with the first farm that I made for this world, if you don't count the skeleton farm, is, I bet you can't guess it, it's sheep. So we have 2 sheep of every color. It's not the easiest to walk through. If I had to redesign this, I would definitely fix this, because you hit the sides I mean, it looks cool, but it's not super convenient for walking through, which is kind of a pain. And like the collection areas for each of the wolves are down here, which again isn't great. Like I feel like I definitely could have done something a little bit better. Like if I made it taller maybe and didn't put the things underground and had just a straight path with the collection units, that may have been better. But I mean, as it is, like I said, it does look cool, and that was really the main point behind the build anyway. Then up here we have just a single bee farm, and we've got tons of honeycomb. I'm pretty sure the shears are broken, and that's why it hasn't been tended to in a bit. So I'm quite sure, if I recall, I came up with this design. I don't think I looked it up. Like I looked up some redstone concepts, but then overall, like I put the farm together. So that's an accomplishment for me. Most of the time when I deal with redstone, it is not my own work. I just follow a video. But I definitely was trying to kind of get out of that comfort zone here. And here we just have kind of messing with the dripstone mechanics when those came out. And here as well. So not crazy big farms, but just little farms to mess with the mechanics here. Here's an unfinished farm that I worked on. definitely not even close to complete. Like, there's a lot that I needed to figure out. Like, I wanted this to flush the items down into a collection area down here, but I ended up just getting frustrated and then left. And then I think this was right around the time where we started playing more modded, and that's basically where I stopped playing on the server for a lot. Here we have Tyler's iron farm. He got the design from somewhere on YouTube, I'm sure. But it looks good and it functions, so you really can't complain there. And here, in this stone building, we have one of our 2 creeper farms that are on the server. And he has an AFK, this is the one that Tyler made, he has an AFK spot way up there. But it's all enclosed, so it's just stone bricks, which isn't bad. I mean, it looks alright. But it functions, and that's the important thing. I'm just going to jump in spectator mode while we check out the creeper farm that I put together, hidden underneath this beef farm here in kind of a hidden alcove. See, and this was the main reason why I did a creeper farm, is because I wanted to do this entrance build. I had a concept for like a hidden tomb almost, so that's what we did here. I need to just string up those vines so they don't come all the way down, but it still looks awesome. Here it is. The farm uses cats. You put the cats in mine carts just so they don't get pushed around at all, but this works quite well. For a while it was getting glow squid, but then I put in some lights up there, and that took care of that problem, as they only spawn in complete darkness. But this is all the glow squid we got from it. And then here, filled with gunpowder. So definitely functional farm. So that pretty much wraps up our industrial area. Oh, I guess we have this tree farm over here as well. That kind of uses, we have the timber data pack on the world, just because nobody likes tree farming, and if you're going to play a game, you might as well enjoy it. So if you, bam, just like that, it takes down all the trees, so then you can come back through with bone meal and saplings and replant them. All the drops fall in the water, and they're supposed to be pushed, but apparently it doesn't work 100%. And then it's just a manual collection. I didn't put hoppers or anything down here because honestly I didn't need it for a ton. I just needed a little extra, and that's where that got me there. And then over here, anybody who's watched my channel for a while remembers the first video that I did from this world. It's where we killed the wither with iron golems. So this is the pumpkin farm that we had set up, so we were able to do that. But that covers the farms over here. There's one more farm that I want to touch upon, maybe even 2. Oh yeah, we do have 2 more farms. Maybe. Oh, we've got a couple farms. Okay. So we do have some plugins that allow us to teleport and whatnot. So we're going to warp. First, we're going to go to Coppery. So this is way up north from where our base is. And honestly, I use the warp so much that I probably couldn't find this if I had to. So it's hidden in this little igloo here. We pop that open. We have this long drop down here, which makes it faster with water. And it actually drops right into this stronghold, which I still think is wild. But then you come down here. But then we have our ground farm. So we're just going to pop into spectator mode so we can take a look at this. So here we have just a standard zombie spawner. It looks very similar to the skeleton spawner that we had set up. And if you actually come over here, we have a second one. So we took these zombie drops. We funneled them down a hole. Here they come all the way down, and this is where the magic happens. So they drop down here in the cobwebs, where I have more snowmen, but I think a baby zombie somehow got in the mix and messed with everything. But essentially, the zombies get pelted by the snow golems. They end up making their way all the way down here, shoot up the bubbles, and this is a little wonky. I'm not sure why you had to do that, but it is what it is. But then they come down here and fall all the way down to where I can swipe them with my sword, get that looting on some copper drops. Now, caving typically is the better option to get these drops. or get copper, that is. But, you know, I mean, it works. It's functional. It supplied my one shop that's on the server, so you really can't complain there. So as we come up on our final leg of the tour, anybody who's been watching my videos for the past few months should recognize this area. We are in the mini game area. There's not much to look at, but man, a lot of fun could be had over here. So first we have Connect 4. And so it's an idea that I had that I wanted to try my hand at redstone a little bit more. So this is probably the most advanced redstone thing that I've ever come up with all on my own. Like, I didn't follow a tutorial or anything. This is all out of this noggin here, so enjoy. I hope you like it. And if you do want to watch us actually playing the game, feel free to go back into that video. I'll try to remember to link it. I can't make any promises because my memory is kind of garbage, but I'll see what I can do. If I remember, I'll link it, and you can go back and watch it. If not, just check out the channel, which you should probably do anyways. And here is the last thing we're going to go over here today, and that is the Drip Leaf Spleef Arena. This was in the last 2 episodes of Journey into Minegard, where we went over the creation of the arena and actually playing some games. This turned out quite well. I'm happy with this design. I wish I had more time or motivation to actually come through and finish it up, because it could still use some details. But overall, like, this is functional, it works, and I enjoy it. And it looks good at night. Like, the glowstone behind the trapdoors, I really like it. It's a nice added effect. So there you have it. That's the world tour. I know we didn't cover every single build on the world, but we just did the ones that I played a big part in actually building. Wait just a second. I almost finished this video without showing off one of my favorite builds on the world. How dare I? Come with me down this path. We're going to go check it out. So this is another build that we did recently on this channel. I'll try to post a link to the video down below. But if we come through this kind of creepy path in the woods... bones, that is creepy. We get to the spooky cemetery. This is a custom tree that I built. I don't know, the tree still seems a little short and fat, but overall, it looks good. And we have our crypt down here, but I think we're going to start our crypt tour from right here. And we jump down in the water. Oh, it's dangerous down here. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Leave me alone. Okay. So, oh, it's still dangerous. Yeah, alright. It's going to be a quick tour. We're going to run through. We don't have weapons or armor. Run! There. So this is the crypt. It is a dangerous place, but I suppose haunted crypts probably should be. So now that we have done that, let's throw it back over to past Jolly doing the outro. So if you did like the video, feel free to give a like and comment down below what your favorite build was and what your favorite moment of this series was. Maybe we'll come back to it after we do a little bit of modded. But that is all for me here today. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay jolly.